Now it's time to announce the slate for the 2018 Board of Directors and officers as determined by the nominating committee. Because the meeting is being held in two locations, we may not have all members here at this segment, but for those present today, please raise your hand briefly as I call your names. Bob Gilbert for SLA Chair from Markel. Terry Moran, SLA Vice Chair, Code Programs. Janet Beaver, SLA Secretary Treasurer, Tokyo Marine HCC. Tom Cardello, Worldwide Facilities, as past Chair. Tim Shea, R.E. Shea and Associates. Rich Gobler from Burns & Wilcox. Rich. Hank Haldeman from Sullivan Group. Cameron Kelly, Worldwide Facilities. Where's Cameron? Pam Cusilli, Krause & Associates. I know Pam's not here. Pam. Les Ross, Wholesale Trading. Les is not here. Les. Kathy Schroeder from Sierra Specialty. I think I saw Kathy. Is she here? Okay, Kathy. Jerry Sullivan, Sullivan Group. J. Dub, John P. Washington Jr. from Arch Insurance Group. Not sure he's here, but there we go. Before I go to the floor for any additional nominations, I would like to remind the membership that each nominee must consent to the nomination, present his or her qualifications, and undergo a background check by the CDI and the SLA. At this time, are there any other nominations? Without objection, nominations are closed, and we will now proceed to a vote on the slate. All in favor of electing the slate as determined by the nominating committee, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, signify by saying no. Motion carries. It's my pleasure to now welcome my old good friend, Bob Gilbert, as the new chair of your SLA, as well as this year's Board of Directors. Formal ratification of these results will take place once discussions with individual brokers have produced a quorum, and we will announce to the membership when a quorum has been achieved. Appointment of mediator. The nominating committee has approved the renomination of Judge Harry Lowe as mediator. In accordance with the SLA Constitution, this nomination is now submitted as to the membership's approval, or for the membership's approval. May I have a motion to reappoint Judge Harry Lowe as mediator? So moved. Is there a second? Second. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed signify by saying no. Aye. The motion carries. Harry was in San Francisco on Tuesday, couldn't make the meeting today, wanted to give his best to everybody here. Once again, the board would like to thank Harry for agreeing to continue his role as the SLA mediator. Formal ratification of this vote will take place once discussions with individual brokers have produced a quorum, and we will announce to the membership when a quorum has been achieved. Reading of the minutes. At this point in the agenda, we are scheduled to have a reading of the minutes from the previous meeting. These minutes were posted online last week for your review, and you should have received an email notification to that effect. Is there a motion to waive the reading of the previous meeting's minutes and approve them as posted? Is there a second? All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed signify by saying no. The motion carries and the minutes are approved. Boy, I love doing this. I'm usually the recipient of something like this from my wife. Okay, at this time, we've got some plaques we want to give out to 3 individuals. First up, I'd like to present a plaque to Davis Moore, one of our longest-serving board members who has been a member of the board continuously since 2007. Davis was Secretary-Treasurer in 2010, Vice Chair in 2011, Chair in 2012. Davis served on the Audit Committee from 2011 to 2013, chaired the committee in 2012. Davis also chaired the Education Committee in 2005 and served on the Technology Committee in 2002. Please give a hand to Davis Moore for his many years of service to the board. I just want to see if that makes the inaugural Worldwide Facilities newsletter front page. If it does, no doubt I'll be audited out. Now I'd like to honor Tina Epstein Abrams, who has provided more than a decade of service as a member of our Educational Committee, starting in 2006 and serving as chair since 2010. She's done a great job, great work, as one of our longest-serving committee chairs, and I ask all of you to show your appreciation and our appreciation for Tina's many years to the SLA. Tina? Next up, we'd like to present an award to Jim Woods, a longtime general counsel who served the SLA for more than 40 years, including as general counsel for a very significant part of that time. Jim has recently started his own consulting group and is moving on and would be remiss not to honor his many decades of service to our association. Thank you, Jim, for your many years of providing sound counsel to the SLA and the board. Jim? That's it from my side. I'd like to thank everybody for attending today. Certainly I'd like to thank all the younger people that I see in the audience today, as well as in San Francisco on Tuesday. Again, I think you're going to be in very, very good hands with Bob and the new board. Again, thank you very much for coming today. I was hoping to go home.
I know. Just want to start off by saying that I want to follow what Tom has done with Ben, and I promise to continue to ask you the same questions, Ben, that Tom has asked. Is it good for the organization? Is it moral and ethical? And where the hell can you get a good cup of non-fat vanilla latte in our new office in San Ramon? So I promise to do that.
I don't know what that means. I don't know the kale salad.
Nor me. Today I have the honor of making a special presentation to our chair, Tom Cadello, to commemorate not only his year as the board chairman, but also his many years of service to the SLA and the California broker community. Tom has served 4 years as a member of the board of directors, including a year as chair, vice chair, and secretary-treasurer. Over the past year, he has demonstrated outstanding leadership as board chair, and he has been a highly valued board member since 2014. Additionally, he has also served as chair of the Stamping Committee in 2016 and a member of that committee from 2011 to 2013, and he was a member of the Audit Committee from 2016 and chairing it in 2017. Additionally, he served as member of the Technology Committee in 2013. Many of you know each year we honor our outgoing chair with a replica of the Lutein Bell, which hangs in the Lloyd's underwriting room in London. What you don't know is that the story begins when Tom was a young boy back in 1793. when the French ship La Lutein surrendered to the British at Toulon. The British didn't enjoy their good fortune for long, as the rechristened HMS Lutein sank 6 years later off the Dutch coast. When the Lutein sank, it was carrying a cargo of gold and silver bullion, then valued at about £1 million. Lloyd's underwriters, of course, paid the claim in full, which is what basically underwriters do, having played one for a few thousand years. Salvage attempts continued for 60 years, and in 1859, Lloyd's recovered the ship's bell and hung it in the underwriting room at the Royal Exchange. Not at the bar in San Francisco, as Tom would lead you to believe, but the Royal Exchange in London. Traditionally, when Lloyd's received news that an overdue ship had either arrived safely or had been lost, it would ring the bell twice for good news, once for bad news, so that everyone with an interest in the ship could learn the news simultaneously. Now, I will ring the bell twice to signify that Tom has arrived safely at the end of his chairmanship. Excuse me. But before I give Tom that bell, which I know he'll probably put in his office or somewhere in his house, it hit me the other day that Tom's been having some hard times lately. First, his ship sank. Second, his stocks lately have tanked, as the Dow is down 600 as I speak. But more importantly, speaking of tanks, his beloved Patriots also tanked. One play. No, seriously though, we in our organization would like to present Tom with something to remember instead of the Lutein Bell, which he already has, but something called Lutein Beer. The perfect beer to drink when your ship is sinking.
Thank you. I wish this was the Super Bowl trophy. I'm truly humbled. Thank you very much for everything. Ben, I think closing remarks are yours.
Well, thank you all for coming today. The closing remarks are extraordinarily brief. They're just to inform you that if you will proceed through these doors, we will be having lunch. I hope you'll all join us. Last opportunity for questions. Going once, going twice. Okay, thank you all very much. Appreciate you coming.